I want you to pay close attention to this clip that you're watching. What's really fascinating about this clip is not just that he's annihilating everybody, but it is how and why. Aside from his positioning and reaction time, what's interesting about this clip is he is sitting extraordinarily close to his monitor. In fact, he is sitting so close that one might say that it's comical. Why do professional players who play games like Counter-Strike and Valorant sit so close to their monitors? I'm urnotjustin, and I'd like to answer that for you today. In this video, I'm going to show you why they sit so close to their monitors, and try to break down the reasoning of why it could be helpful to you to sit that close to your monitor if you are in a competitive setting. I'm going to explain to you the health risk of sitting that close to your monitor, and I myself am going to get literally 1 to 6 inches away from my monitor and play a few games and show you how it goes for me. If you've been watching my previous videos, I know that you've probably seen me reference Noted several times now. He's a former professional player on Apex Legends and has been on Cloud9, Team Secret, and Quasar Generation Red. And while being retired, he is now one of the fastest growing content creators that Valorant has, showing off his awesome gameplay with an infectious personality. I am a fan of his, and I'm not making this video in any way, shape, or form to poke fun at him, but the thing that got my interest in players sitting so close to their monitors is Noted. And to finally answer the question, simply put, he is sitting that close to his monitor so he doesn't miss a single pixel. This is an interesting phenomenon, and I looked it up and did some research on it. And what I was finding is that players on Counter-Strike Go started sitting close to their monitors just so they could prevent losing a pixel at all. And a good example clip I have of what I mean by missing a pixel is this clip here.
He's peeking
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Clutch.
This is what I trained for.
Now, while this isn't the best example that I could possibly show you, and for some of you it might have been very obvious that Sage's head was sticking out like that, imagine a scenario where that Sage's head is sticking out, but 90% less of it is. If you're sitting at a quote-unquote normal distance from your monitor, I think it's very rational to say that in a competitive setting, that you could very easily miss that. I mean, the people spectating me certainly missed it. They didn't even know what happened.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Damn, Sage.
But don't just take it from me. I asked Noted himself, why is it that you sit that close? And this is what he had in response. It's funny you ask, because I never noticed I used to be so close until my audience started to meme on me. I like to stay close until I can't see the kill feed. It makes me more precise, I think, because I can calculate the micro adjustment better to aim. So in addition to not missing anything potentially on your screen, a benefit that Noted himself gets from playing that close to his monitor is that he can micro adjust easier. He can make adjustments while fighting somebody in the game to put them down much quicker otherwise if you were to be sitting at whatever normal might be for you otherwise.
My boy.
So overall, we learned that some players will sit closer to their monitors so that way they can not miss anything on their screen, as well as be able to adjust their aim better and more accurately to get potential frags. And really, it all comes down to preference, and what might be an edge for some could be detrimental to others. While this might be your normal and optimal, this could be your normal and optimal, or this could be. It's really preference, and especially in a competitive setting. In esports, the nature of the game is all about doing everything you can to play your absolute best. And your best could mean anything. Players like to play on lower settings. Some hate playing on lower settings. And I'd like to briefly touch on ergonomic gaming positioning. On the opposite end, there are players like this, who this is their optimal gaming position. This person is a pro player, and for him to be comfortable and to play at his absolute best, he sits like this. So really, this is an interesting topic of preference and what people do to play the game the best way that they can. And I'd like to now reference FPS coach Ron Rambo Kim. He uploaded a video where he briefly explains how our eyesight works and the several positions that professional gamers used and the process that he came up with to find a position that worked for him that you could also apply to yourself. I'll link it at the end of the video, but I wanted to include this bit here because I think it's very important on the general topic of how we look at our monitors and the way that we position ourselves.
The process I'd recommend to finding your monitor position. The first step is to position yourself in your ready position, where your body, arms, and hands are set up to the mouse and keyboard as if you were ready to go live in a match. As you're experimenting with different distances, try to find one that provides a clear view of the crosshair and player models, in addition to a distance you can quickly flick your eyes at the edges of the screen and back to your crosshair.
I will link the full video in the description if you'd like to check out how you could possibly have a better position and find something more comfortable if you take the game more seriously than others. Or maybe you just want to find something that's more comfortable for you. But moving forward though, I would like to now talk about the health risk that could come with sitting close to your monitor. And before we get into this, I am not a doctor. I am just a normal person with access to Google. I actually reached out to my own personal doctor about it, but I haven't gotten a response yet. I just want to get this video out, so sorry. If you're a gamer, you've probably at some point experienced eye strain. The symptoms of eye strain include sore, tired, burning, or itching eyes, headache, sensitivity to light, difficulty concentrating, and dry eyes. Simply put, eye strain happens when your eyes aren't blinking and being active enough. If you're gaming and staring at your monitor, you tend to blink less, and since you blink less, your eyes become drier, which can result in you getting headaches and sore eyes and be temporarily nearsighted. Some will say that it can cause long-term damage, others will say that it can't. But all we can do as people is try to help ourselves and take care of our own bodies. So to prevent eye strain, you could do things like have eye drops, or you could play with the lights on or off depending on how your body works. For me specifically, if I'm playing in a dark room, I find that I get headaches and eye strain a lot easier than I would otherwise, so I like to play with a dim light on. You don't have to limit how long you're in front of a monitor for, but you should be taking breaks. If you're having a longer session, go and take a walk, go around, walk outside, open your windows, just try to take in some fresh air. For instance, I've been editing this video for a few hours and I just went and worked out. Got my body moving, got some fresh air. Well, I'm not a doctor. All I can do is research this and try to relay what I found out to you. Taking care of your eyes is possible. I would advise you to also do your own research on this and to ask your doctors about the risk of eye strain. Well, I ask you to excuse that my desk is so dirty because my maid is on vacation. This is what my setup looks like. I have my keyboard tilted a little bit. My mouse stays relatively straight with my body. I sit up relatively straight with my monitor facing straightwards at me, about 18 inches away. And as a player, I have a giant microphone that covers my face. And that brings us to our final portion of the video, and that is that today I'm going to move my monitor close to my face, and I'm going to be like, maybe 6 inches, maybe a little bit less. I'm going to play a few games and see how it impacts me as a player. I truly don't know what to expect. This is either going to be really weird or maybe it'll be life-changing and I'll do this forever and I'll go blind by the age of 28. Right now I'm 18 years old. I guess without further ado,
Cutting their vision. Cutting their vision.
Your duty is get out of
One enemy remaining.
one down. Enemy down. Powers out.
10 kills remaining.
Oh, that's done. Sage killed. Got 3. Nightmare's over.
all right, so it has been probably 2-3 minutes since I tried to play with myself that close to the monitor, and immediately, just off of the cuff right now, exactly how I'm feeling in real time, I feel ill. Like, I truly feel ill. I am absolutely nearsighted right now. My vision is not as good as it was before I did this. Obviously, it will go back and I'll be fine or whatever. This isn't permanent. At least I assume it's not going to be permanent. I'm sure next week I may just be blind. I feel nauseous. I am currently nearsighted. Gameplay-wise, I'm going to hopefully remember this, but there was a part where I was playing and I saw a Sage that I don't think I would have seen had I not been that close to the monitor. But other than that one moment, the overall negative that I was very close to my monitor and I felt like I had no peripheral vision. I felt like I was looking around a lot, like both in game and with my eyes on the monitor. It was a mistake to queue for unrated. I did that by accident, and that was probably the worst game I've ever played ever. If I had played with my monitor at my preferred distance, I would have annihilated that enemy team, even with my team being bad. And the same goes with escalation and deathmatch. I think I would have done a lot better had I just had the monitor at the normal distance. I felt really bogged down by not having peripheral vision, by always scanning my monitor with my eyes to see if I'm missing anything. I got incredibly tunnel visioned on my crosshair, which, speaking of that, my crosshair positioning and the overall crosshair, it made me sort of self-conscious about it because I was finding that I wasn't hitting shots that I feel like I would hit. So it's pretty interesting. So at a normal distance, the shots that I feel that I would hit with my current crosshair probably would have hit. But seeing as I'm playing so close to my monitor, I felt that my crosshair was somehow inaccurate and invalidated. I feel as if I was playing with a crosshair that was out of whack. So looking up close to my monitor and trying to hit shots with it, it just wasn't working. And eventually down the line, I did change it and it got a little bit better from there. But at that point, I was already very nauseous. Now, I cannot recommend this from my own personal standpoint, but I can say that it's something, and it definitely made me appreciate how I play more, and I hope that it made you think about how you play. Eyesight and posture are the two most important things in gaming. And doing this was really fun, and it really shed some light on how much I value my comfort. I will never be doing that again, and it is amazing that players like Noted can do that and play well, and that's their preferred thing. In the comment section, I'd like you to tell me what your preferred way of playing is. I would love to hear about it. Made it this far into the video, leave a comment about gaming chairs. Like, just act like a crazy person about gaming chairs. Our little secret, love you. Like the video if you did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, I'm Justin, your motherfucking nut. I love you guys.